Hi, it's Yannick. Just went for a great run, and it's a beautiful morning in Miami, and I decided to go for a run today. We have a dance competition today, surprisingly. But I thought I'd continue with my confessions of a reluctant dance mom and go back to 2015. That was probably our most difficult year, both on a personal and on a studio level. It was a really tough year. I'm going to divide it into two parts because it was just, there's a lot that went on. But personally, it was very difficult because in 2015, Emilia got injured. And it was a really tough year for her and for all of us involved. I'll never forget, it was Showcase. I couldn't be there because I was on the gala committee at my kids' school, and so I had to help set up, and I had to, that evening, the same evening was our gala, and they had Showcase, and so I had entrusted her to my mom. I knew that she was in good hands with my mom and the other dance moms at the dance studio. So they took care of her. She performed. I didn't speak to her that evening, but we met for brunch the next morning, and her foot was really in pain. She was complaining that her foot was in pain, and it was a little swollen. It was a little black and blue, as they say, but we didn't really think anything of it. She said she had been in the last dance of the evening when she had done a leap. She had landed wrong. She had landed on the side of her foot, and it hurt, but she was fine. She was walking. And so we thought, no, we'll just wrap it up, and yeah, we would just wrap it up and she would be fine. And that's how it was for a week. She went to school, she did PE, she complained that it hurt, but she was such a little trooper. And she kept doing everything normal, but her foot wasn't getting better. On the contrary, it was getting worse. So on that Thursday, that was 2 weeks before we had a dance competition. On that Thursday, I took her to the urgent care, and they gave us the bad news that her foot was broken. So we had to go to Miami Children's Hospital. They had to put a cast. So she missed that first dance competition, and we thought, oh, she'll be fine for the next competition that was a couple months away. But when they took off the cast at Miami Children's Hospital, the foot wasn't healed. So something that should have healed in about 30 days or still hadn't healed, 45 days probably. So she ended up having a cast for 90 days, that poor child. And she missed all the regional dance competitions. She was able to dance at nationals, but obviously it wasn't the same. She hadn't been dancing for 90 days. She would go to the dance studio and watch her friends dance. That was her commitment. She was, what, 9 years old? And she would be there, 9 or 10 years old, and she would go and she would sit and she would watch the dances so that she would remember the dances that she was going to be in at nationals. And she did. She danced. She even did her solo at nationals. But it was a difficult year for her and for us, and I felt like such a bad mom because I hadn't taken her earlier to get that foot checked out. I think the result would have been the same, but I would have saved her a lot of pain. But then the second part of why it was such a difficult year for us was things that happened at the studio, but that'll be in my next blog. Check out my blog today. I'll post it up later, and in there I include the conditioning workout that I do for the dance girls. Okay? Thanks, Tina. Well, bye. Have a wonderful Saturday.